Welcome to State Center and into Bobcat Athletics here on KFJB-TV. I'm Brandon Lewis. Great to have you tuned in to our coverage this afternoon from the Rose Festival Tournament in State Center. Parade earlier today, a lot of festivities going on in State Center with the Rose Festival this weekend. Earlier this afternoon in the Rose Festival Tournament, West Marshall won game number 1 over Shenandoah, 9-4, the final score from that one. Our next game, East Marshall and Marshalltown, is coming up in just a little bit as both teams are starting to get warmed up this afternoon. As our coverage of the Rose Festival Tournament, all presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling. We're not comfortable until you are. Celebrating 30 years in business. This is coverage from the State Center Rose Festival Tournament, all presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
In your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. Home equity loans are as low as 5.74% for a 5-year fixed-rate loan. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com. Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Pence Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Pence Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Welcome back to the State Center Rose Festival Tournament as we bring you coverage, all brought to you today by Ethington Heating and Cooling here on KFJB-TV. East Marshall Mustangs are 11-9 on the season. Your Marshalltown Bobcats are 5-16. Throughout the day today, we'll get you scoreboard updates, which are all brought to you by Central State Bank. And looking around action in the state of Iowa this afternoon, Linn-Mar and Southeast Polk matched up earlier this morning. It was Southeast Polk with a 2-1 win over Linn-Mar. Waukee Northwest defeated Bettendorf 4-2. Also in action today, it was Montezuma 9-2 over GMG. Osage took down North Union 9-2 in softball action. ADM takes down Mount Vernon 10-2, and Central Springs over Atlantic 6-3. So we'll continue to get you coverage. And also earlier today, Des Moines Roosevelt took down Dike New Hartford 6-4. And earlier in the Rose Festival Tournament, it was West Marshall 9-4 over Shenandoah. This is Bobcat Softball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family. We want to be there for your first car, we want to be there for your family SUV, and we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
There's nothing like enjoying a bicycle ride on Lynn Creek Trail. The ride gets even better when you take a break at Wandering Creek Golf Club. No, not to golf, but to enjoy your favorite cold beverage. Wandering Creek Golf Club in Marshalltown is known for its premier golf course and its 2 full-swing simulators. But did you know it's right off the bike trail next to Grimes Farm? It's the perfect place to stop to relax under the pergola and enjoy a drink with friends. Travel the trails of Marshall County, but make Wandering Creek your destination.
Today's game is brought to you by Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com, Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce, Marshalltown, more than ever. Assured Partners, power through partnership. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way.
Sunny 82 here at the Rose Tournament as the Rose Festival going on in State Center here this afternoon. I'm Brandon Lewis. Great to have you tuned in. Let's get to tonight's starting lineups here this afternoon, all brought to you by Lily Mae Chocolates in Marshalltown, featuring 12 varieties of hand-scooped ice cream, including strawberry cheesecake, sea turtle, and peanut butter cup. Grab a scoop today at Lily Mae Chocolates in Marshalltown. Now here's the scoop on today's starting lineup for your Marshalltown Bobcats. Behind head coach Jason Bowers in his first year, a former assistant at East Marshall. We led up by Gianna Bonney as you look at the starting lineup for the Marshalltown Bobcats. As Bounty, the center fielder here this afternoon, really playing well. Emma stepped down the line, batting there in the 5th hole, and she is at first base. And Emma Stepp has really improved on her batting average. She was batting around 100 just a couple weeks ago, but she's up to 308 and also 3 home runs on the season. Meanwhile, on the other side of things for the East Marshall Mustangs, behind head coach Jerry Hosky, East Marshall 11-9. Morgan Naroth, she's the starting pitcher. She'll also lead things off in that lineup. She is batting .431 with 1 home run on the season. When we come back, first pitch from the Rose Festival Tournament in State Center, all brought to you this afternoon by Ethington Heating and Cooling.
The difference of Lily Mae Chocolates, homemade, hand-dipped confections using only the highest quality chocolates and ingredients. It's the personal touch, made fresh in small batches daily. Enjoy creamy caramels that melt in your mouth. All a family tradition since 1939. Make gift-giving easy. Lily Mae Chocolates for the holidays or any day. A taste experience that won't be found anywhere else.
It's just so good.
Don't let concerns about current events derail your long-term financial strategy. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you to understand today's financial landscape and how to be positioned for the long term. Edward Jones can give you the tools for a reasoned, disciplined approach to investing. Call Zach Wall at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or online at edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Capon & Brown helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Capon & Brown to hear more about how they can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call them today at 641-753-3563 or visit them online at caponandbrowninc.com. Your local premier Lennox dealer, where quality has been a promise for 48 years.
Like to work with your hands? Enjoy the satisfaction of building something that lasts and knowing you played a part in it. If so, Marshalltown Community College's construction program might be just right for you. This hands-on program is great training for a real-world job. Call or stop in to Marshalltown Community College to learn more. Fall term classes start August 28th.
East Marshall Mustangs and your Marshalltown Bobcats just about ready to do battle this afternoon at the Rose Festival Tournament in State Center. Marshalltown Bobcats 5-16. East Marshall Mustangs are 11-9 on the season. Beautiful afternoon, a little breezy and definitely warm out here, 82 degrees. Bobcats will be in their white tops and bottoms are blue as red numbers outlined in blue for the Marshalltown Mustangs, the Marshalltown Bobcats, as the East Marshall Mustangs will be in their black tops and bottoms, purple numbers outlined in yellow as Jerry Hosky, head coach for the East Marshall Mustangs, is making his way out onto the field as head coach Jason Bowers for the Marshalltown Bobcats also makes his way out to the field as of right now to meet with the umpires before the game. As, of course, Jason Bowers, formerly an assistant head coach for the East Marshall Mustangs last season. Marshalltown Bobcats out of the Iowa Alliance in their 5A. Meanwhile, for East Marshall out of the North Iowa Cedar, a 2A school will match up against the 5A school here. Captains are out on the diamond for their pre-game matchup and conversation with the umpires. Nice crowd has made its way out for Game 1 and Game number 2. Game number 3 later on will be East Marshall. They'll play following the conclusion of this one. They'll take on Shenandoah. They had the 3-hour journey up from southwest Iowa. And West Marshall and Marshalltown. You'll watch that game here on KFJB-TV. That one coming up at 7 o'clock here tonight. Meeting is over, and we will get ready to play. The Marshalltown Bobcats are technically the visiting team. East Marshall will be the home team here in this second game of the afternoon. Coming up at the end of the day today, we will name our Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill player of the game, which is all brought to you by Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill in Marshalltown, open for dine-in or to-go. Visit them pre or post-game. And production of today's game all provided in part by the Home Rental Center and Sales Company. Need it? Rent it. Home Rental Center and Sales Company in Marshalltown. We are going to step aside for a moment, and when we come back, we'll have first pitch from State Center from the Rose Festival Tournament, all presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
Furniture and Mattress has your mattress. Every firmness, comfort, and support level, each at a great price. Make the investment today for a good night's sleep for years to come. McGregor's also has quality furniture for every room in your home. Beautiful, comfortable sofas, recliners, dinette sets, and office furniture to help you work and relax in comfort and style. McGregor's Furniture is proud to bring you quality furniture and great service, and they are proud to support Bobcat Athletics. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
Today's game is brought to you by Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wells Fargo Advisors, Marshalltown. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction. The Embers, independent living for active seniors. Marshalltown, a worldwide leader in tool manufacturing.
Rose Festival Tournament in State Center this afternoon. I'm Brandon Lewis, Zach Tomish, our producer, Keith Stewart on camera this afternoon. Great to have you tuned in. Saturday action here on KFJB-TV as finally the meeting at home plate is over. Longest meeting of the season at home plate, it seemed like this afternoon. Hey, our coverage from the Rose Festival Tournament all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling, as well as Lennox Employees Credit Union. Check out rates and eligibility at lennoxecu.com, as well as Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce. Marshalltown more than ever. Assured Partners, locations in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse, and Jensen Ford yesterday, today, and tomorrow. For 55 years, we are with you every mile along the way. East Marshall out to get ready for this one here this afternoon, as Morgan DeRoth will take her warm-up pitches and get ready to go here against the Marshalltown Bobcats. Morgan DeRoth, a junior. This will be her 15th start of the season coming into this matchup. 88 and a third innings pitched so far this year with a 1.98 ERA. Yeah, pretty impressive numbers. 118 strikeouts coming into this matchup, just 16 walks. That's a pretty good ratio right there. Batters hitting just above 200 against her on the season, as she has an 8-6 record, 15 games, but again, this will be her 16th, and this will be her 15th start of the season overall. A little wild on that last pitch as she gets warmed up for this afternoon's game. A little warm out there for East Marshall, I would suspect, as they have those black tops and bottoms here this afternoon. Take a look at Gianna Bounty as she is getting warmed up here this afternoon. The freshman hitting a nice .333 on the season, as she has got one triple on the season, 5 doubles, 8 singles, 9 RBI on the season. As so far this year, Gianna Botti as well, 12 stolen bags. She has been a very, very tough out, not only at the plate but on the base paths, as catchers have had their work cut out for them against Gianna Bounty. So Bounty, Bella Avis, Briley Danielson, who was our player of the game on Monday night in a 19-7 win over Waterloo East. DeRoth loads up, fires home. It's going to be a first pitch strike to get things going here from the Rose Festival Tournament in State Center. Bonnie, a left-handed batter, so quickly out of that batter's box all season long. Not a huge slap hitter, but she will slap one foul out of play. It's quickly 0-2. Likes to drag bunt. She's down 0-2 against DeRoth. 0-2 is outside. It's 1-2. Of course, the Cats 5A out of the Iowa Alliance North. They had a really tough week at Ottumwa and at Mason City this week, as well as on the road at Waterloo East. Just a tough week with the road trip. Stop, third strike. Bounty didn't know it. She's going to be out, and that's out number 1, a strikeout for Gianna Bounty, and she'll head back to the dugout. This will bring up Bella Avis, but a split with Waterloo East on Monday night, and then this week they went 0-4 against Mason City and Ottumwa combined in 2 back-to-back doubleheaders. Now on the road here this afternoon without Kate Sandvik. I believe she might be at a traveling tournament potentially, so I know she is not listed in game 1 or game number 2. The original normal starting lineup as shortstop, it'll be Lainey Danielson fielding that position here this afternoon. Bella Avis at the plate. Righty versus righty in the matchup. And Blue will call that one a ball, just a little bit upstairs to Bella Avis. 2-0 is the counts from DeRoth. And the 2-0, just a touch inside. It's going to be 3-0 for Bella Avis. Bella Avis has garnered more playing time as the season has gone along this year. She is the designated player today for Carson Price, the starting pitcher for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Bella Avis still looking for her first hit of the season, but batting in that 2-hole and a very patient at bat right here. She will take a strike, though, on the outer half, 3-1. Roth will get a chopper left side of the infield, played by the shortstop over to first, and boy, just in time, they say. A 6-3 put out as Holla has it over to Grabenbauer for the out for East Marshall's defense. And this will bring up Riley Danielson at the hot corner. She pitched 5 2/3 of an inning of action on Monday night. She was our player of the game, all brought to you by Calvin Rocket. And she was able to get 7 strikeouts against Waterloo East in her action. She'll swing and miss on the first pitch, 0-1 from Narath. Oh, 1 is fouled off. It's 0-2 now. Is that one down the third base line? Narath pitching to Bringman behind the plate. Grabenbauer at first. Atcher's at second. Hall is at short. McElrath at third. It's Kerber, Bryan, Rasmussen left to right in the outfield for the Mustangs. Narath the 0-2 outside, 1-2. Danielson eyes, and she'll foul tip one off as they will have it playable as it was a drop third strike. I thought she might have got a piece of that, but did not. Drop third strike. They complete the out down to first base, and it's scoreless after the top half of the first inning from the Rose Festival Tournament, all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Bobcats defense will be out as Carson Price taking her warm-up pitches this afternoon. Carson Price, the starting pitcher in the first game of the Rose Festival Tournament this afternoon. Price will make her 12th overall appearance, her 9th start of the season. She has a 1-1 record with a 5.50 ERA, 42 innings pitched so far this season, 29 strikeouts, 39 walks. So she will look to get off to a hot start here this afternoon against Morgan Roth, Ava Bringman, and Rainey McElrath. 1, 2, 3 for East Marshall to get going here in the bottom of the first inning. Our coverage today from the Rose Festival Tournament is all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling. We're not comfortable until you are, celebrating 30 years in business. Carson Price ready to go. And it's a first pitch ball to Morgan Narath. Narath, a junior, batting .431 with 10 RBI. Price delivers, popped up out of play. It's 1-1. Price will miss on the 1-1. It's 2-1 now. Defense fairly straight up. Gets the right-handed batter to lead things off here. Riley Danielson at third, creeping in just a little bit. Pitch upstairs and outside, 3-1 now from Carson Price. Defense in the outfield a little bit deep here this afternoon is Gianna Bowney in center field. She's back probably at least 5-6 steps. Here's a ball right to center field. Gianna Bowney, and not quite there enough as it's off of her glove, and into second base will go Morgan Narath. You can tell that one kept carrying a little bit further. Gianna Bowney did not quite realize that, and it's going to be an E8, and Morgan Narath is into second base. This will bring up Ava Bringman. She is the catcher this afternoon for the Mustangs. Bringman 12 RBI, batting .264 on the season. And the first pitch from Price. That's going to be a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 quickly to Bringman from Carson Price. Good pitch on the outer half there. Way location to the right-handed batter. Price eyes, she'll engage on the pitcher's plates. Looks to get out number one of the inning, and she will. Swing and a miss by Bringman, and Carson Price will pick up a strikeout and is out number one. Rain McElrath, third base this afternoon. She'll dig in. 8 RBI on the season, batting .333. Pitch will hit on the outer half. 0-1 from the left-handed pitcher, and Carson Price. That one kind of just kept moving away from the zone and got the good call. Here's a chopper to shortstop. Lainey Danielson has it over to Emma Stupp at first for out number 2 of the inning. A 6-4 ground out by Rain McElrath. Peyton Grabenbauer will dig in, batting in the 4-hole. And she is a freshman, playing first base this afternoon, batting .327 on the season. 11 RBI and a home run. Pitch is upstairs from Price, 1-0 to Peyton Grabenbauer. An error has a runner at second base for East Marshall, and that's the only base runner that Price has allowed. Pitch on the outer half, just a touch high. It's going to be a ball. 2-0 count to Grabenbauer. Morgan Roth not really showing that she's looking to steal in this situation. Of course, a base knock would probably bring her in, but 2 are outs. Bottom of the first inning, pop up. This one playable at short. Lainey Danielson has it. She'll make the catch. A fly out to the shortstop is out number 3. An error gets Morgan Roth the board, but East Marshall doesn't do anything with it. It's 0-0 at the end of one inning from the Rose Festival Tournament in State Center, all brought to you this afternoon by Ethington Heating and Cooling.
City within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
It's scoreless after one inning of play from the Rose Festival Tournament this afternoon, all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling. Well, Morgan Roth is back out for her second inning of action. It will be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up for the Bobcats. Reagan Ford, Emma Stupp, Kinsley Bowie will be up at the plate here this inning. Bobcats, a couple strikeouts and a ground out. They were not able to do anything there in the first inning of action against Morgan Roth. Throw down to second base, and we are good to go here in the top of the second inning. So Reagan Ford will dig in for the first time this afternoon. So far this season, the senior in Ford batting .321. Does have 6 RBI on the season. 5 walks she has worked. Roth loads up. And a chopper to short. A weak little tapper. And Ford is going to be out. It is a 6-4 ground out. 1 out. As Hala is able to get it over to Grabenbauer in time. Let's bring up Emma Stupp. She's really started to come alive with that bat. 3 home runs, 6 RBI on the season, now up to 308 on her batting average. And she'll take a pitch on the outer half for a ball. Locks and loads. She'll take a strike, though, on the outer half this time. 1-1 is the count. Roth coming inside, and that one's going to be just a little bit high as Stupp kind of lifts her arms just a little bit underneath her, and it is 2-1. And jams her inside. This one's going to be a pop-up down the left field line, and it will be a foul ball. So 2-2 count now. One retired here in the top of the second inning. Emma Stupp will take a ball, and it's now full count 3-2. Stupp will play at first base here in game number 2. She'll be on the mound, in game number 1 she's at first base. Game number 2 she will be on the mound. She'll tap one, and that one might have been a drop third strike. She might not have got a piece of that one. Anyway, she hustles down the line, but she is out, thrown out a strikeout for Morgan Roth. And 2-away here in the top of the second inning as Kinsley Bowie, the catcher, will dig in. She hit a home run the other night against Waterloo East, her first home run and first RBI of the season against the Trojans. First at bat, she'll take a swing and a miss on the first pitch from Roth, and it is 0-1. Roth will miss on the next pitch. It's 1-1. Roth definitely working quick this afternoon. Already engaged in the pitcher's plate, ready to go to work again. She'll miss upstairs and outside. 2-1. Nice breeze filtering in from the southeast here today as home plate sets up in the southwest, facing off to the northeast. And a jam shot. This one out of play on the first base side into the stands. And it is going to be a 2-2 count. Bowie, the freshman, at the plates. .261 batting average. He's going to pop one down the third base line just into foul territory. Still 2-2 count. Roth with over 100 strikeouts. She's averaging more than a strikeout an inning. She'll get one here. A clean catch by the catcher in Bringman, and she picks up 2 more strikeouts this inning. She has 4 strikeouts on the afternoon. It's a 1-2-3 top of the second inning. It's still scoreless in State Center at the Rose Festival Tournament here this afternoon. All brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
Furniture and Mattress has your mattress. Every firmness, comfort, and support level, each at a great price. Make the investment today for a good night's sleep for years to come. McGregor's also has quality furniture for every room in your home. Beautiful, comfortable sofas, recliners, dinette sets, and office furniture to help you work and relax in comfort and style. McGregor's Furniture is proud to bring you quality furniture and great service, and they are proud to support Bobcat Athletics. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
Pitchers duel so far here this afternoon as both Carson Price and Morgan Roth really nice starts on the mounds. See if Carson Price can keep it going. She'll face the 5, 6, 7 batters due up for the East Marshall Mustangs. It'll be Brian, Hulla, and Rasmussen due up this inning. Gianna Bounty with a error in the first inning defensively allowed Morgan Roth to get aboard, but Carson Price really bounced back. She got a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout to battle back right after that, and the Bobcats did not give up anything there in the first inning. Throw down by Bowie, and we're ready to go here in the bottom of the second inning as the Mustangs and head coach Jerry Hosky will come to the plate. Veda Bryan will dig in center field this afternoon. A sophomore, 9 RBI, batting .256 on the season. Righty versus righty matchup to get the inning started off. And the first pitch is going to be lined into left field. One hop right in front of Feldman. She'll fire it back into second base to Ford. Leadoff double. And it's the first hit of the game for either squad here this afternoon. So Bryan with the first hit of the game as Michaela Holla, a shortstop. But down the third base line, that one looked like it was in foul territory, but just fair. They'll get the runner over there. Bounty will come up to play second base as they did have a defensive shift in anticipation of the sacrifice bunt. So Holla is retired but does the job as she moves Bryan over to second base. And Miley Rasmussen, right fielder, will come to the plate. 7-hole batter, a left-handed batter. She'll eye on the first pitch. I believe that was just outside, 1-0. Carson Price will fire home, swing and a miss over top by Miley Rasmussen. 1-1 the count. Veda Bryan's 6 stolen bags on the season. She stands on second base. Price fires home. The 1-1 is low, and that's off the glove of the catcher. And Bowie, that'll be a pass ball, and it moves Bryan over to third base. Two 2-1 count to Miley Rasmussen. Still looking at a .364 batting average on the season, and a liner right to shortstop. It is caught by Lainey Danielson, and 2 away in the inning. Good play there defensively. Got it out. Now Carson Price just needs one more to get out of the inning. Michaela Kerber, left fielder, will dig in with 2 outs and swings over top of the first pitch she sees. 0-1. Left-handed batter at the plate. And here's a drag hit right down the right field line. A run will score as Veda Bryan is safe, and it's 1-0. East Marshall will take the lead. It's a RBI single by Michaela Kerber. So Kerber with an RBI. Libby Atcher will be up next. So Veda Bryan with that base knock. Pass ball got her to third base. And it ends up paying off with 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch is low to Libby Atcher, 1-0. Time on the field as the home plate umpire will clean the plate. Feldman in left. Bounty, Augustine in the outfield left to right there. Playing fairly deep in this situation with the 9-hole at the plates. Hatcher still looking for her first hit of the season. She is an 8th grader. Carson Price loads up, and the lefty fires home. Swing and a miss. 2-1 count here in the bottom of the second inning. East Marshall with 1 run scored. There's a good pitch from Price. Chopper to second base. She's got time over there. Does Ford. Bobbled it initially, but fires over to first base. It's a 4-3 ground out. Libby Hatcher is out number 3. 1 run comes in by Veda Bryan. It's 1-0. East Marshall on top of your Marshalltown Bobcats on KFJB-TV.
Marshalltown knows competition. We started forging trowels in 1890 and evolved into manufacturing tools for masonry, drywall, concrete, flooring, tile, paint, and more. Today, we're still going strong. Marshalltown strong. As a worldwide leader in manufacturing, we crush the competition. We believe in our community and are proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
One left on base. A run in and 2 hits for the East Marshall Mustangs. They're in the bottom of the second inning. We head to the top of the third inning. Our coverage from the Rose Festival Tournament, all presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling. We're not comfortable until you are, celebrating 30 years in business. Throw down to second base. And the Bobcats will come to the plates. Trailing at 1-0. 7, 8, 9 batters at the plate. Ava Augustine, senior for the Bobcats. Lainey Danielson, Kennedy Feldman. So Ava Augustine will dig in. And that one is going to be a swing and a miss and a strike, 0-1. Augustine, and with a 1-1 count, Morgan DeRoth working her 3rd inning of action. 4 strikeouts this afternoon, and the next pitch will miss just outside, 2-1. Roth will miss a little bit on the inner half, and it's now 3-1 the counts. And the next pitch home is swing and a miss by Ava Augustine. It's 3-2. We'll see what Ava Augustine can do here at the plate with a full count against Morgan DeRoth. Ava Augustine, a senior, batting .256 on the season for the Cats. And she'll fend off the next pitch by DeRoth and stay alive on the foul tip. Roth on the full count delivery, swing and a miss and a strikeout. It's her 5th of the afternoon. And 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Let's bring up Lainey Danielson at shortstop this afternoon. Lainey Danielson, a sophomore for the Bobcats. She's batting .278 coming into this one. Excuse me, that's her on-base percentage, .188. Is what she's batting at the plate. And she's been able to work a couple of walks so far this season. 1-0 on the way. She'll get underneath the next pitch by DeRoth. It's 1-1. Kennedy Feldman is on deck for the Bobcats. She'll bat this inning. Upstairs by Naroth, 2-1. Baseball tournament for the Rose Festival in State Center going on earlier this morning as well. They had some games going on just down the road. A lot of action around State Center for the Rose Festival. Foul tip ball by Lainey Danielson. It's a 2-2 count. One away as Ava Augustine retired this inning. Naroth fires home on the 2-2, and Bringman just trying to frame that one, not able to get the call. It's a full count now, 3-2. So back-to-back full counts to start off the top of the third inning. Here's the delivery, and this one's going to be popped up on the right side. Might be playable down the first base line. It is in and out of the glove of Grabenbauer, and a foul ball. Second life for Lainey Danielson. Still full count. Naroth delivers full count. That one, it is chopped foul. Might have got a piece of Bringman's face mask. Not a breeze this afternoon. It would be really hot here today. Already is out there in the sun, 82 degrees. And another pitch fought off by Danielson. Doing a good job to stay alive at the plates. Still a full count. Roth winds up, and that one is going to be on the outer half. Caught looking is Lainey Danielson. Great precision and placement right there to pick up her 6th strikeout on the afternoon for Morgan Naroth. Just adding to her strikeout number, she's averaged 2 strikeouts per inning. That's basically what she's averaging so far this season coming into this matchup. Over 100 strikeouts. 9-hole hitter, and Kennedy Feldman at the plate. She'll bunt one down the third base line. Kind of a swinging bunt right there, but it is going to be a strike, 0-1. Gianna Bounty, you see her go grab that foul tip ball. Kennedy Feldman back in there, left fielder this afternoon for the Bobcats. Pretty much all season we've seen her bat in the bottom third of the lineup, but the other night against Waterloo East, a lot of production. I believe it was 7 out of the 19 runs they scored in the second game of that doubleheader came out of the bottom 3 spots in the lineup, so been getting good production so far this season. Kennedy Feldman batting .447. Good player to try to turn that lineup over to the top of the lineup. Gianna Bounty is standing on deck. 1-2 count from Naroth. And she'll wind up, come home upstairs, 2-2. Naroth shakes off the first pitch sign. And now she comes home with the ball in the dirt. Third time this inning she's had a full count versus a Bobcat batter. Exerting herself in every at-bat this inning. 2 down, third batter at the plate of the inning at Feldman. See if Feldman can get things going on the full count. She'll take upstairs, and that's a walk, a first walk of the afternoon, issued by Morgan Naroth. As you see, Feldman hustled down the first base line, give a high five. And this will bring up Gianna Bounty. Bounty strikeouts, Drop third strike in the first inning. Bounty eyes low and outside. Feldman dives back to first base. She's safe on the check back. It was a ball down low to Bounty. Bounty slaps one foul down the third base line. Well out of play over onto the track by the football field. 1-1 the count. Defense playing in just a touch. Kerber, Brian Rasmussen in the outfield. And trying to slap that one. It is going to be a throw down to second base. Not in time. Feldman swipes the bag, a stolen bag. It is strike number 2 on Gianna Bounty. So 1-2 is the count as she swung and missed on that one. But good throw by Bringman, but out of the glove of the second baseman at Atcher. Middle infielders will kind of slide a little bit more towards the line here. With the 1-2 count, 2 away. See if the Bobcats could get something going. Here's a slap hit down the first base line, almost bobbled by Grabenbauer at first base. An unassisted play right there by the first baseman, and that'll be out number 3. So the Bobcats do strand one on base in Kennedy Feldman. After she got walked, stole second. They'll leave her there. We get to the bottom of the third inning. It's 1-0. East Marshall on top of your Marshalltown Bobcats right here on KFJB-TV.
In your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. Home equity loans are as low as 5.74% for a 5-year fixed-rate loan. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
1-0 our score as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Our coverage this afternoon from the Rose Festival Tournament, all presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling. We're not comfortable until you are, celebrating 30 years in business. Carson Price back out for her third inning of action. She's given up just 1 run this afternoon, 2 hits allowed, and she'll face off against the top of the order for the East Marshall Mustangs, who are 11-9 behind Jerry Hosky, head coach for the East Marshall Mustangs. Out of the North Iowa Cedar, Class 2A versus 5A here this afternoon. And the Mustangs out of LeGrand leading this one this afternoon. So it'll be Narath, Bringman, and McElrath, 1, 2, 3 batters to lead off in the bottom of the third inning. Narath in E8 got herself all the way to second base, and here she's going to get herself aboard as she is hit by the first pitch of the inning by Carson Price. This will bring up Ava Bringman. She struck out in the first inning. Batting .264 coming into this one this afternoon. Narath thought about going over at first as the pitch was bounced to home plate by Carson Price. 1-0 count to Bringman. Narath does hold tight over there at first base. Bowie was able to keep that one from getting too far away from her. 1-0 outside. It's 2-0. Price loads up on the 2-0. She'll get a pop-up on the right side. Emma Stepp has a read on it, makes the two-handed catch. And there's a fly out for Ava Bringman. She's retired. Rain McElrath, she grounded out 6-4 in the first. Morgan Narath still at first base for the Mustangs. Carson Price will get a first pitch strike to Rain McElrath on the outer half, low and outside. Lower half of that strike zone, so 0-1. And quickly working, she'll get another pop-up down the first base line, but this one will not play into the stands. And the fan cannot make the catch. And looks like he might be getting razzed over there as he's waving off somebody over in the stands. So a strike right there to McElrath. Quickly 0-2. Price will work. Looking for out number 2 of the inning. She'll get a chopper to third, past third, and that one is fair. Into left field. Feldman picks it up, fires it back in. Runners at first and second. It's a base knock for McElrath. And runners at first and second for Peyton Grabenbauer. Flew out to shortstop in the first inning, batting .327 on the season. And the outfielders will take a few steps back as Grabenbauer will dig in. She does have a home run, 11 RBI on the season. Price, left-handed pitcher. Southpaw fires in for a strike, 0-1. This inning, she did hit Morgan DeRoth to lead off the inning, and Bringman flew out. She had a 2-0 count, but the last two hitters have all had first pitch strikes. Here's a well-hit ball into center field. It's going to be another RBI on the season for Grabenbauer as she picks up an RBI, driving in Morgan DeRoth. It is 2-0. Mustangs on top of the Bobcats. McElrath over to second base as Peyton Grabenbauer's at first base with that RBI. Quick meeting on the mound. In the pitcher's circle right here is Carson Price in the infield meet. Just one out in the inning. Bringman was retired. Price will stay in the game, but just a little pep talk there from the Bobcat assistant coach. Veda Bryan will now dig in, the center fielder, a base knock and a run scored in the second inning. She bats for the second time this afternoon. And it is in for a strike from Carson Price, so the talk definitely paid off, 0-1. Price loads up, fires in again. Bowie frames it. Strike number 2, 0-2. One thing when Carson Price has really challenged the hitters here this afternoon, especially on the edges. Got him on the black of the plate. She's done a good job to get those called strikes. Just consistently getting those. Pop up to second and check back the runners. They're all holding tight at first base. Infield fly called right there. It's out number 2 as Veda Bryan pops out to second base as Ford makes the catch. So 2 away, and this will bring up Michaela Holla, the shortstop, a sacrifice bunt in her last plate appearance. Got Veda Bryan over to second, and then she was eventually driven in by Michaela Kerber. It's 2-0 now. Mustangs on top, and the first pitch is upstairs and outside to Holla, 1-0. Price looking to get out of the inning. And there's a strike on the inner half. 1-1. Price works quickly on the pitcher's plate. Will fire in just a little bit inside. 2-1. Looked to be an off-speed pitch right there from Carson Price. Runners at first and second for the Mustangs. Delivery upstairs. Good job by Bowie to jump up and grab that one from getting to the backstop. It's 3-1 now to Holla. Hala, a sophomore. Batting .238. She's going to work a walk. So Hala at first, Grabenbauer over to second, and McElrath is at third. Miley Rasmussen, right fielder, flew out to shortstop in her last at-bat. She'll dig in for the second time this afternoon. Pitch inside from Carson Price, 1-0. Price comes back inside, doesn't get the call, 2-0. Here's a chopper to second base. Ford has a read on it, over to Stupp at first, and that'll get her out of the inning. One more run comes into score for the Mustangs. It's 2-0 from the Rose Festival Tournament. All brought to you this afternoon by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
Businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to marshalltown.org.
On the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard, it's 2-0 East Marshall on top of your Marshalltown Bobcats. Bobcats so far this afternoon held hitless so far. They have had a base runner by the way of a walk, but not able to do anything with it. All right, a regional scoreboard update all brought to you by Central State Bank from game number 1 here at the Rose Festival Tournament earlier this afternoon. West Marshall defeated Shenandoah 9-4. That's the next game. Coming up after this one, East Marshall and Shenandoah will be back in action. Dyke New Hartford down by Des Moines Roosevelt 6-4 earlier this afternoon. Also, Nashua Plainfield dropped by Denver 7-6 in that one. Southeast Polk takes down Linmar 2-1, and Waukee Northwest over Bettendorf 4-2. Get you more scores throughout the afternoon. All brought to you by, of course, Central State Bank. Underway in the top of the 4th inning. Bobcats trailing by 2 runs. 2, 3, 4 batters. Bella Avis, the DP this afternoon, leading things up. She'll take a ball upstairs. 2-0 the count. Outside again, 3-0. Well, we did call that a strike. That one was moving outside. It looked to be outside, but called a strike, so 2-1 the count. Bella Avis at the plate, eyes, and there is a ball. 3-1. Bella Avis hitting for the pitcher this afternoon, Carson Price. Here's a chopper to short. 2 hops played. It's bobbled at first, but Hala has it, fires to Grabenbauer. And it's a 6-3 ground out for out number 1 to begin the top of the 4th inning. Bradley Danielson will dig in. She struck out back in the 1st inning. Reagan Ford is on deck. She'll bat this inning as well. Righty versus righty in the matchup. Morgan Roth loads up, and the first pitch is going to be popped into left field as it just sneaks over the head of Hala at shortstop. That'll be the first hit of the game for the Marshalltown Bobcats here in the top of the 4th inning. And so far this afternoon, Morgan Roth with 6 strikeouts, nearly untouchable, as the Bobcats have put a few balls in play. They worked a walk, so they have had a base runner, but this is the first hit of the game. And so the no-hitter is gone through 3 innings of action as we're now in the 4th. One away in the top of the 4th inning. A runner at first. Bunt shown. Runner takes off over to second as the runner and the shortstop, Holla, collides with Briley Danielson. Danielson gets up. Looks like she is okay. That was going to be interference if the ball was even there because, boy, the shortstop just ran right into Briley Danielson as she was going into her slide motion. But Danielson will get the stolen bag. She'll get over to second base after picking up the base knock. And Reagan Ford took a first pitch ball, 1-0. Roth fires home, swing and a miss, 1-1. Bunt shown, it's a good one. Gets it down on the third base line, over to first base, and they will say in time. Sacrifice bunt by Reagan Ford. Gets Briley Danielson to third. And this is in danger territory to tie this thing up with Emma Stupp. 3 home runs on the season. She struck out back in the 2nd inning. 2 away, she digs in here in the top of the 4th inning. Bobcats could really use a clutch hit right now as Stupp eyes from Narath inside low, ball 1. Stupp swing and a miss on the 1-0. It's 1-1. Boy, she took a big cut at that one. Check back to third base again from Bringman, the catcher. Grabenbauer able to stop that one from getting past, so 1-1 the count. Stupp will wait. That one off the glove of Bringman. And it's in foul territory. She goes over and picks it up as at third base. Briley Danielson kind of took a step towards the plate, but then decided that one did not bounce away far enough for her to take a chance and head home. Stupp will take a big hack, and that one's going to be fouled in the backstop. 2-2 the count. Stupp will take a practice swing to Roth. Gage is on the pitcher's plate. 2-2 with 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Runner at third for the Cats. Time is called by Stupp. For an 8th grader, that's kind of a bold move right there. Call for time just as soon as, Narath is getting set to pitch, but called that time, maybe get her out of sync. Here's the 2-2, swing and a miss underneath of it. And Stupp will miss on that one. That'll be the 7th strikeout of the afternoon by Narath. It's out number 3. Bobcats get their first hit of the game. Can't do anything with it as they strand Briley Danielson. It's 2-0 Mustangs on top of the Bobcats from the State Center Rose Festival Tournament. All presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Carson Price on the mound for the 4th inning of action. She started out really good this afternoon. In the 1st inning, she had an error that allowed a base runner, but got out of that inning clean. Allowed a run in the 2nd and a run in the 3rd. She had the bases loaded last inning, but worked out of a jam. She got a 4-3 ground out to get out of the inning and did not allow another run to score. But It's 2-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. This game moving along as the Bobcats needing some runs. They had an opportunity there, but Morgan Roth will really challenge you at the plate, and she has so far this afternoon. Michaela Kerber, Libby Atcher, Morgan Roth. 8-9-1 batters due up this inning. Outfield will play in for the Bobcats here in the bottom of the fourth inning as it looks like a little slap action by Michaela Kerber. The potential. She had a base knock and an RBI in the second inning as she drove in Veda Bryan. Pitch will knock her back off the plate. And Michaela Kerber with a couple balls on her. 2-1, I believe the count. And the pitch just a little bit low. Michaela Kerber at the plate. She'll eye, and it's upstairs, and the 3-0, it's going to be a walk. Ball number 4 from Carson Price. Michaela Kerber will work the walk and head down to first base. Libby Atcher, the 8th grader, second baseman, grounded out 4-3 in the second, batting hitless so far this season. Almost could not read my writing. But shown, it's going to be to the backstop, 0-1. Trying to move Kerber along, apparently. Kerber just one stolen bag on the season for the Mustangs. And she stands on first base. Atcher at the plate, righty versus righty in the matchup here. Lefty versus righty. And the southpaw will deliver in a ball by Carson Price, 1-1. Seems as if the wind has picked up a little bit more throughout the day. Not too breezy this morning, but kind of a cross breeze here in State Center now on the diamond. As the pitch will miss, it's 2-1. Cross breeze, so I guess you could say it's blowing out to left field just a little bit. 180 down the lines here at the State Center High School softball complex at West Marshall High School. But shown, the pitch is low, and it's 3-1 the count. Libby Atcher digs back in. Carson Price loads up, fires in, and that's going to be a strike on the outer half. Atcher was about ready to throw the bat aside and go down to first base, but the umpire calls it a strike, and now it's a full count, 3-2. Great situation for a double play potential here for the Bobcats. We'll see if they can get one. Carson Price loads up, and it's a jam shot to shortstop. It's a double play ball over at second, but the throw to first base draws step off the bag, and the relay from Lainey Danielson to Ford, and Ford flipped it over to first base to step not in time, so a fielder's choice gets Libby Atcher at first, but Michaela Kerber is forced out on the 6-4 ground, or a 6-4 flip right there on the force out for out number 1 of the inning. So Carson Price with that 3-2 count, able to get it out. This brings up Morgan Roth, leadoff batter for the Mustangs. And a first pitch strike looked maybe a little bit low, but no, the umpire will give that one a call. And a strike, 0-1 from Carson Price. Roth, a run scored on her last plate appearance in the third inning. She was hit by a pitch and came around to score. Pitch inside in the dirt. Bowie jumps to it quickly as it's ball number 1 to Morgan Roth, a 1-1 count. Libby Atcher at first base. She was looking to potentially take off, but she decided to hold as Bowie, maybe they've seen some tape on her. She's thrown a few runners out this season against Des Moines East. She had a couple that night. Very capable as a freshman, as we've seen her grow confidently back behind the plate. Price steals home. It's a great pitch to leadoff batter. 1-2, a strike. She blows it past her. Bobcats with 1 out. Price gets a pop-up. First base side, but out of play. Still 2-2 count. Up down to play by DeRoth, staying alive, still 2-2 count. A few of the Shenandoah fans moving back into the ballpark here as they vacated after game number 1. Carson Price looking for a second out of the inning. Can she get it? DeRoth drills one. Feldman finds it in her glove. 2 away. Great play by the left fielder in Feldman as she reached up and was able to get that one. As Gianna Bounty will come over and slap gloves with her. Making a nice play over there was Feldman. So DeRoth is out on the line out to left field. 2 away. It brings up Ava Bringman. A strikeout and a flyout for the 2-hole hitter for the Mustangs. Still a runner at first for the Mustangs. Pitch is down low to Bringman, 1-0. Carson Price will get a pop-up out of play on the, not out of play, but close, as it was out of the reach of Bowie. And a 1-1 count now. Price delivering to Bowie, who's catching here this afternoon. And she'll come home with the 1-1. It's a pop-up in the infield. Coming up, the pitcher and Price will make the catch. Unassisted play right there by the pitcher, and it's out number 3. Price does lead off the inning with a walk on the mound, but they were able to get out of it. A fielder's choice had Atcher aboard. They do leave one stranded as the Mustangs still 2-0. We head to the 5th inning. This is the State Center Rose Festival Tournament, and it's softball coverage all brought to you this afternoon by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
You help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time by ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sautéed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Top of the 5th inning we go. Our coverage this afternoon from the Rose Festival Tournament is all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling. We're not comfortable until you are celebrating 30 years in business. Time for a scoreboard update this afternoon, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Earlier this afternoon, West Marshall took down Shenandoah 9-4. In our current game, it's Marshalltown trailing East Marshall 2-0. East Marshall takes on Shenandoah at 5 o'clock tonight, and at 7 o'clock it's West Marshall and Marshalltown. And that is our nightcap here on KFJB-TV. We'll have that game for you here tonight. If you are watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and a like. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get upcoming game alerts. YouTube.com/@KFJB-TV. I'm Brandon Lewis, Keith Stewart on camera, as well as Zach Tomish, our producer this afternoon. DeRoth back out for her 5th inning of action. Bobcats will bloop one into right field, but it's playable. Going back, the second baseman this afternoon is going to make the catch in Atcher. And 1 away is retired is Kinsley Bowie for the Bobcats. 6, 7, 8 batters due up this inning. Good play over the head catch there at second base. Bobcats had their first hit of the game last inning. Bobcats have stranded 2 runners on base this afternoon. Had a little bit of an opportunity last inning with Emma Stepp at the plate, but she struck out, not able to push a runner across the plate. It looks like we will have a pinch hitter. And coming in to pinch hit for the Marshalltown Bobcats this afternoon, Kristen Hayes. Hayes was set up to play in game number 2, but she'll pinch hit. Ava Augustine, she's in right field this afternoon. She struck out in her first plate appearance. So Kristen Hayes at the plate for the Bobcats so far this season. The senior batting .257. 6 RBI and does have a home run. See, the breeze really picking up at times out of the southeast, picking up some of that dirt along with it as the players move about. Two on the count. One away here in the top of the 5th inning as Hayes stands in. And she will pop up and out of play, and danger territory over there for the SUVs. This one put out of play, almost nailed one of the vehicles. 2-2 counts. Roth loads up to 2-2 on the way. Hayes fights it off into the backstop. Still 2-2. One thing we've seen this afternoon, Bobcats at the plate have really done a nice job to stay alive and at bats and really work things. Numerous times they've had 3-2 counts or 2-2 counts right here, though. Kristen Hayes strikes out. That'll be strikeout number 8 on the afternoon for Narath. And 2 away is Lainey Danielson. Will head back to the plate. A caught looking and a strikeout in the 3rd inning. Danielson takes a cut at the first pitch she sees and fouls it into the backstop, 0-1. Danielson eyes from Narath, and she's going to bloop one into left center field. This one will be caught by the left fielder in Kerber, and it's a 1-2-3 5th inning for the Bobcats in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom as the Mustangs lead your Bobcats 2-0 on KFJB-TV.
Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
It's 2-0. Mustangs on top of the Bobcats from the Rose Festival Tournament this afternoon. Brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling in Marshalltown. Hey, you know what? We're not comfortable until you are. Celebrating 30 years in business. We're fairly comfortable in center field here in State Center this afternoon. Breezy and warm, and the Bobcats playing well through it. They've allowed a couple of runs to come in to score for the Mustangs, but boy, it's really hard to match Morgan Narath and her performance on the mound. It's been tough sledding at the plate for the Bobcats. Bobcats will face the 3-4-5 batters here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rain McElrath leads it off. She's 1 for 2 this afternoon with a ground out and a base hit. Home plate umpire cleaning off the plate. Wasn't sure if he was having a quick conversation with Bowie, but he'll get back in his spot, and we're good to go as Carson Price working her 5th inning of action this afternoon. She's going to pop up out of play behind home plate by McElrath. 0-1 the count, batting .333 out of that 3-hole. Bryce, the left-hander, fires in and just past the glove of the shortstop in Lainey Danielson. That gets down into left field. Feldman fires back in. Base hit by McElrath, the lead off the 5th. On the bottom of the 5th inning, Bobcats trailing at 2-0, and the Mustangs looking to add on to it. We'll see if there's action for the Bobcats and a relief pitcher coming to the game. We'll see, but so far, Price, every time she's gotten in a little bit of trouble on the base pass, she's worked herself out of it, only allowing 2 runs this afternoon. Bryce ready to face Peyton Grabenbauer. Bauer's going to lift one into center field. Made playable by Gianna Bounty. And it is 1 away. So a nice catch by the center fielder and Bounty. And it is 1 out in the inning as Veda Bryan will dig in. Base knocking a run scored in the 2nd. She flew out to 2nd in the 3rd inning. .256 batter coming into this one is Bryan. And the first pitch she sees, she goes after on the outer half of the plate, fouled into the backstop, 0-1. Carson Price waits for the batter and Bryan to take a practice swing down back in there, ready to go. She'll show bunt. It's upstairs. It looked like she did offer at that one as she held that. Should be a strike in there. 0-2, I believe. Umpire did not indicate a strike, but it looked like she offered at that. Scoreboard, though, showing 1-1, so actually strike to the backstop. Guess they did rule that a ball, so 1-2. Runner at first for the Mustangs. Here's the 1-2 delivery upstairs, and 2-2 the count. Grabenbauer at first, or excuse me, McElrath is at first. Grabenbauer did just fly out. 1 away. Bottom of the 5th. Price heads home with it. It's now full count, 3-2. Bowie checked back to first base, and Stupp applied the tag, but not in time. Trying to keep an eye on Rain McElrath. Bobcats looking for the 2nd out of the inning. Price delivers home, and it's low, a ball. And Veda Bryan works a walk. So with 1 away and runners at first and 2nd now for the Mustangs. Jerry Hosky over in the 3rd base coach's box for the Mustangs, giving some few last seconds of advice as Michaela Holla will head to the plate. Technically no official at bat here this afternoon, a sacrifice bunt and a walk. And the right-handed batter digs in. Upstairs with the first pitch, 1-0 from Price. Riley Danielson standing pretty close over to 3rd base, maybe anticipating a steal. Upstairs, 2-0 to Michaela Holla, the shortstop. Price definitely, probably at this point in the game, exerting herself a little bit in her 5th inning of action. Pretty warm day as Bowie will call for time and go with a quick meeting on the mound. Coming up after our 2nd game this afternoon is West Marshall and Marshalltown will match up. We'll name our player of the game, really a player of the day, all brought to you by Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill in Marshalltown. Hey, we award a free pizza to the Bobcat player of the game. Calvin Rocket Bar and Grill, open for dine-in or to-go. Visit them pre- or post-game. Well, the meeting originally started just with Bowie calling for it, but now Jason Bowers, head coach, has gotten himself involved. I don't think we're going to see a change on the pitcher's circle. Carson Price is going to stay in here, but Bowers just giving a few last seconds of advice there as he'll trot off the field now after the meeting as Carson Price, with a 2-0 count, will look to go back to work. Price comes home upstairs 3-0. Be interesting to see if Bowie goes all 14 innings this afternoon as well. And a walk will be issued. So a walk, back-to-back walks by Carson Price. And I think we're going to see a pitcher's change here this afternoon for the Bobcats. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's 2-0. Mustangs have the lead. Runners on all base paths. We'll tell you who's into the game to pitch coming up next. This is the 2023 Rose Festival Tournament, all brought to you this afternoon by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
Never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Bottom of the fifth inning, one away. Bases are loaded as Carson Price, her afternoon is done. She goes 4 1/3 innings of action. She is on the hook for the runners on the base paths. Briley Danielson is into the game. Stupp is going to go over to third base. And I believe Carson Price will go from the mound over to first. And Briley Danielson from third onto the mound. So that is the change, just a little bit of a shift of the corners and the pitcher's circle. Carson Price into the game on the mound. And so far this season, Briley Danielson, Carson Price out, but Briley Danielson making her 7th appearance of the season with a 12.43 ERA, 11 strikeouts. Home plate umpire taking a moment just to make sure everybody knows exactly all of the changes that are happening out there. Left-handed batter Miley Rasmussen digs in and looks to be a first pitch strike, and it is. A good pitch by Briley Danielson. Rasmussen, a line out and a ground out. She's 0 for 2 this afternoon. She'll eye a pitch on the inner half for strike number 2. Danielson really could use a strikeout in this situation and then whatever you want to get the final third out, but a ball in play would potentially put a third run across the plate. Here's a load-up swing and a miss, and she does get the strikeout right on cue. Out number 2 of the inning as Miley Rasmussen strikes out as Briley Danielson comes in relief in a big situation with the bases loaded and gets out number 2. This will bring up Michaela Kerber. Base knocking an RBI back in the second inning as she drove in Veda Bryan, worked a walk, and was forced out in the 4th inning. We're at the bottom of the 5th. Bases loaded, 2-away now. Briley Danielson looking for anything to get an out. And she might have it right here. A chopper to second base, misplayed. 1 run is in to score. And 2 runs score on the play as from third, McElrath, and from second, Veda Bryan score. Forward over to Price, just a little bit low on that. They had to hurry it as coming down the line, Michaela Kerber was hustling, able to get 2 runs. 9-hole hitter Libby Atcher will dig in with runners at the corners. Holland's at third, Kerber's at first, and a swing and a miss, a strike into Atcher. 1-1 count now. Atcher on the afternoon, 0 for 2, a ground out and a fielder's choice. There's a strike, battling back from 1-0. It's now 1-2. Danielson loads up, fires high, it hits the backstop, and another run will score. A wild pitch brings in Michaela Hala. 5-0, East Marshall on top. It's been the one thing, an error really doing in the Bobcats this season. Errors have. Games they've not committed as many of those errors. Have been pretty close games, but right here a base knock into right field will get another run to score as Michaela Kerber comes in to score an RBI single by Libby Atcher. 6-0 now, Mustangs with the lead. It's just amazing how quickly things can turn on a dime. It was 2-0 coming into this inning. It's now 4-0. So 5 runs will go towards Carson Price this afternoon. Here's another well-hit ball. This one into right center field. And the Mustangs now feeling it at the plate. They're going to round the runner all the way from first, coming in to score. Bowie throws it back. Now it goes into the outfield. They'll take advantage, advance the runner over to third base, and errors around. Morgan Roth with an RBI single, advancing on the throw, and then the error into center field by Bowie makes it 7-0, and a runner now at third base. Narath on a single all the way to third on one play. Well, the final stat line in this one will definitely not look as close as this one was through 5 innings. Riley Danielson fires in home. This one, a pop-up on the first base side. It is caught, as coming up and making the catch for the Bobcats right there is Kristen Hayes, as she records the outs. 5 runs come in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Mustangs. They lead it now 7-0 as we head to the 6th here on KFJB-TV.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. Zach Wall, your Marshalltown Edward Jones financial advisor, is here to help you. He will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions, so he can help you achieve what's most important to you. Call Zach Wall at 641-752-3017 to schedule an appointment today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Seven to nothing. We head to the top of the 6th inning as the Bobcats down at a big hole now. They've only picked up 1 hit this afternoon. An E4 on the Bobcats. Just about got themselves out of the 5th inning and maybe only giving up about 1 run that inning, but 5 runs come across the plate for the East Marshall Mustangs as the Bobcats make a couple of key errors in that inning. As 1, 2, 3 hits, just 3 hits in that inning, score 5 runs as they do leave 1 aboard as East Marshall Mustangs looking to go 12-9 on the season with a victory here this afternoon in the Rose Festival Softball Tournament in State Center. Our coverage this afternoon all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling. 9-1-2 batters due up this inning as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Kennedy Feldman in left field. Her second at bat of the afternoon. Her first at bat worked a walk. She had a stolen bag, and I heard her and Gianna Bounty talking in the outfield. Said, "I'm going to get on base, and Gianna, you're going to drive me in." We'll see if that happens here. 1 count to Feldman. Roth fires home. Outside for ball 1. 8 strikeouts on the afternoon for Morgan Roth. Feldman swings and misses over top, and it is a strikeout. 9 strikeouts this afternoon, 1 away in the 6th. Gianna Bounty digs in. 0 for 2 this afternoon. A strikeout and a ground out. She's going to slap one into right field. This will get down in front of the right fielder past the glove of Rasmussen. Bounty is going to challenge, and she'll end up. It's a double. Boy, hustling right out of the box. Gets herself into scoring position. Well, Feldman was hoping to get aboard, and that would have probably scored her right there, but Bobcats just not able to start off the inning with a base runner, and second hit of the game has the Bobcats in action with 1 away in the top of the 6th inning. Bella Avis will dig in, pitches in, and I believe that one is going to be for a ball to Avis, as Gianna Bounty was looking to maybe move herself along there, but she did get prompted into moving back to second base. Bounty takes off with the pitch. It's lifted into center field. Ranging to her right is Bryan. She'll make the catch and 2 away. Avis retired. This brings up Briley Danielson. Strikeout and a base knock. So Danielson, who's now pitching, started the afternoon at third base. She'll pop one up on the first base side. Playable, called for by the first baseman in Gravenbauer. Bobcats do get one aboard as Gianna Bounty did get a double, but a couple of flyouts worked the Bobcats quickly out of the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Cats trailing 7-0 to the Mustangs. From the State Center Rose Festival Tournaments. Coverage today all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
Home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Capon and Brown helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Capon and Brown to hear more about how they can help you feel healthier and happier in your home. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call them today at 641-753-3563 or visit them online at caponandbrowninc.com. Your local premier Lennox dealer, where quality has been a promise for 48 years.
It was a 2-0 game going into the bottom of the 5th inning, but the Bobcats ceded 5 runs, and things look a little more lopsided than what this game was through 4.5 innings of play. It's 7-0, bottom of the 6th inning, as the Bobcats will send Briley Danielson back out on the mound for this bottom of the 6th inning. She'll face off against the 3, 4, 5 batters due up for the Mustangs this inning. Danielson fires home, and Rain McElrath will swing and miss on it. 0-1 so far this afternoon. Rain McElrath 2 for 3. A couple of base knocks. She does have a run scored. Danielson fires home high off the glove of Bowie, and 1-1 count. That's a good pitch on the outer half, but just outside, apparently, according to Blue. 2-1. Will miss high and outside. 3-1 to McElrath. Pop up right behind home plate is just a little bit underneath the 3-1 delivery from Briley Danielson. So off the bat of McElrath, and it loads up the count 3-2. Danielson looking for the first out of the inning. And she'll get it. Gives a big fist pump, gets the strikeouts. Second strikeout of the afternoon for Briley Danielson. What a way here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Peyton Gravenbauer will dig in. 1 for 3 this afternoon, an RBI single. Back in the third inning. A couple of flyouts other than that. And the first pitch from Danielson's outside, 1-0. Danielson off the pitcher's plate will load up, and here's a base knock right over first base. It Hayes. Ava Augustine will pick it up and fire it back into the Bobcats. It's a single for Gravenbauer, and this will bring up Veda Bryant. 1 for 2 this afternoon. A couple of runs scored for herself. Do have a pinch runner in for Veda Bryant. Did not see a number on that one. Plate umpire getting the card all up to date, and he's got the gear back on. We're ready to go. Veda Bryant will dig in for her fourth at-bat of the afternoon. Pitch on the outer half from Danielson, hits it. 0-1. A little bit of clouds moving in here. Take a little bit of relief off that sun this afternoon here at West Marshall High School. Danielson will miss upstairs and outside. 1-1, the count to Veda Bryant. Danielson loads up, maybe just a touch high. 2-1 the count. Home plate umpire giving the signs here. Stepped off, though. Maybe time was called there for a second by Veda Bryant. She'll dig back in. 2-1 count from Danielson. Just outside, 3-1. Are some strong storms off to our west. Fort Dodge, Carroll, but all those tracking off to the north. So the timeline this afternoon looking like more like later tonight, around 10 or later here in central Iowa for some of that rainfall. So hopefully we'll be good for game number 2 for the Bobcats. A pitch and a ball for Veda Bryant. She'll work that walk, and now runners at first and second. And the pitch is low. Runners take off and will advance. I believe the courtesy runner, or the pinch runner, excuse me, Michaela Jakey, looks like 17. So Jakey in to run for Veda Bryan. Or excuse me, Peyton Grabenauer. It's low from Danielson. Good stop by Bowie, but it's a 3-0 count to Michaela Holla. Shortstop this afternoon. A couple of walks work and a run scored. Danielson looking for a strike. She'll get it on the outer half, 3-1. She just needed it this afternoon. She's been able to find it. She found a strikeout last inning. It was key for the second out of that inning. Pitch, though, this one off the mark on the 3-1, and the ball goes to home plate, hit by the runner. That'll go over towards the Bobcat bench and allow another run to score. It's now 9-0 as a play where the Bobcats catcher and Bowie tossed it back to her pitcher, and Briley Danielson hit off the batter and almost went into the dugout. Runner does advance to second base off the walk. Michaela Holla able to advance to second base as Veda Bryan and Jakey come in to score, making it 9-0. So Holla stands at second base. Riley Danielson does toss the ball to home plate umpire and get a new ball there. Miley Rasmussen will dig in. 0 for 3 this afternoon. Strikeouts, a line out, and a ground out. She's pretty much done it all besides get a hit. Left-handed batter digs in. 7-hole hitter, number 10. And she's going to get jammed. This one down the third base line. Step picks it up. It is foul. And a strike, 0-1. Danielson engaged on the plate. The 0-1 delivery. Holla taking a nice-sized lead there at second base. She'll go back on the pitch. It's a ball, 1-1 to Rasmussen. Here's a chopper to second base. Playable for the Bobcats. Low and dropped over at first base. Run will hold at third base. So runners on the corners as Holla moves up to third. It'll be another E4 on Ford. Unfortunately, that throw low, and Hayes over at first cannot keep that one in the glove. Actually, I believe that's Bella Avis. Might have been a substitution there. I thought it was 25 last inning, and now it's 26, so it's Bella Avis now at first base. Left-handed batter at the plate in there, and Michaela Kerber, and she swings and misses over top of that one. 1-1 the count. Bowie calls for time, as well as head coach for the Bobcats, Jason Bowers. Little meeting on the mound. We'll step aside for a quick timeout as you're watching coverage from the State Center Rose Festival softball tournament on KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC. Meeting on the mound is over, and the first pitch after it on a 1-1 count
Riley Danielson will hit the batter. Hit by the pitch is Kerber, and the bases are loaded. Rasmussen up to second base. Hollis still at third, and Kerber's on first now. Bring up the 9-hole hitter, Libby Hatcher. Picked up her first hit of the season, scored a run in the 5th. One more run would score. It would do it for this one here this afternoon. And the Rose Festival Tournament, all brought to you this afternoon. Our special coverage presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling. First pitch strike on the outer half by Bradley Danielson and Libby Hatcher, 0-1. Outfield will play in this situation, not only against the 9-hole hitter, but Bobcats knowing if they seed another run, it would do it for this game. And the pitch is upstairs and outside, 1-1. Riley Danielson knows she does not have anywhere to put the batter. Got to hit the strike zone in this at-bat right here. The 1-1 delivery. And that one's going to be low outside, but still called a strike, 1-2. One-two on the way, swing and a miss, and Briley Danielson will get out number 2 of the inning as strikeouts. And a much-needed out right there for the Bobcats. That is Briley Danielson's 3rd strikeout of the game. Base is still loaded, 2 away. Bottom of the 6th inning. Bats probably feeling it this afternoon with this heat. We've seen quite a few hits this afternoon for East Marshall. Bases are loaded for the leadoff batter, Morgan Narath. And the pitch comes out of the hand of Briley Danielson. Should be an illegal pitch, I believe. Would be a ball, and thought on an instance the runners would be advanced in that, but no. 2-0 to Narath. Danielson loads up, fires, gets a pop-up in the infield. Bowie calls for it, makes the catch. It's out number 3. So, East Marshall scores a couple of more. They make it 9-0. We go to the top of the 7th inning in State Center at the Rose Festival Tournament. All presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family. We want to be there for your first car, we want to be there for your family SUV, and we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
Just one hit that inning, but 2 runs come across the plate for the East Marshall Mustangs, extending the lead 9-0. So far this afternoon, the starting pitcher for the Marshalltown Bobcats, exceptional for Morgan Narath here this afternoon as she looks to earn the 12th victory of the season for the Mustangs. Behind their head coach, Jerry Hosky. Jason Bowers, former East Marshall assistant coach for the softball program over there. In his first year leading the Bobcats, finds his team down 9-0. Well, you take away the last 2 innings, 5th and 6th inning, it's still just a 2-0 game. Just indicating how close this one was through the first 4 and a third innings. But unfortunately, Carson Price, I think she started to work a little bit longer than what she could muscle through here this afternoon. Wheels came off a little bit with 7 runs there in the 5th inning. 5 in the 5th, and then 2 more in the 6th inning. So 9-0. Bobcats look to rally here this inning. Reagan Ford, Emma Stupp, Kinsley Bowie. Stupp and Bowie have already hit home runs this week, so we'll see if they can maybe get the Bobcats back in this one, or at least make it look a little bit closer on the final stat line. Reagan Ford at the plate. She'll take a strike on the outer half. I believe it is 1-1 the count. Ford swing and a miss. 1-2. Ford a sack bunt in the 4th, and she grounded out in the 2nd, so 0 for 1 this afternoon. Really straight up defensively for East Marshall, and a swing and a miss. And strikeout number 10 on the afternoon, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. 10 strikeouts for Morgan Naroth, 2 hits this afternoon. Gave up a hit last inning to Gianna Bounty, and gave up a hit in the 4th inning to Briley Danielson. Not an easy afternoon at the plate for the Bobcats as Emma Stupp, a first pitch strike there for her. A couple of strikeouts this afternoon for the 8th grader. Tough matchup for her at the plate. She'll send a chopper down the third base line. That one is fair. It's going to go all the way nearly to the wall in left field. Stupp hustling around to second base. A stand-up double for Emma Stupp in the top of the 2nd inning. It's a great way for her to battle back. Boy, she has really come alive in the last couple of weeks at the plate, as she was batting around 150 just a couple weeks ago, but now is batting up over 300 coming into the afternoon today. Pinch runner for the Bobcats will come into the game. Ava Kuzaro. Kuzaro at second base, and Kinsley Bowie comes to the bag, or at the plate, excuse me. A strikeout and a flyout. She's 0 for 2 this afternoon. Bowie stands in against Naroth. She'll load up and fire home on the outer half of the plate, about waist high. It's in there for a strike to Bowie. Bowie takes ball 1 upstairs. Good eye right there. Kuzaro takes the lead as Bowie takes a cut at it, missing 1-2. Two strikes on Bowie. She fights off the pitch. Got a little bit underneath of it. And stays alive. Still 1-2. Coming up after the conclusion of this one, East Marshall will go right back to it as they take on Shenandoah. Bowie gets underneath this one. Jams her inside, does Naroth, and she fights it off to the backstop. See if Bowie can get something to drive in this situation. Kuzaro stands at second. Outside. Oh, no. Bowie takes a strike on the outer half. Possibly an off-speed pitch. Might have been a curveball right there. They got Bowie, and it's a strikeout caught looking. And this will bring up Ava Augustine. She'll take a cut at it. And missing at it for strike number 1, 0-1. Kristen Hayes hit for Ava Augustine back in the 5th, but now Ava Augustine re-entered. Of course, playing in right field today. Roth misses, 1-1 count. Two-way, Kusaro stands at second for the Bobcats. Trying to get at least a run, get something on the board here this afternoon against East Marshall as Naroth has really worked the Cats at the plate quite a bit. 2-1 the count as Naroth misses. Upstairs now 3-1. Augustine started out with a strike, and now it's 3 straight balls to her. Senior looking to come up big, maybe driving a run in this situation. Pitch on the outer half, and it's called a strike. Caught looking as Ava Augustine. I thought it was 3-1, but it must have been 2-2 in that situation. That'll be out number 3. Caught looking as Augustine, and that will end the game. 9-0 is the final as the Bobcats fall to 5-17, as East Marshall will improve to 12-9 on the season, as a big victory here for Morgan Naroth as she goes all 7 innings here this afternoon. She gives up just 3 hits in strikeouts this afternoon. She picks up 12 strikeouts this afternoon as she had all 3 outs in the 7th inning were strikeouts. So that's a final. It is 9-0. East Marshall takes down the Bobcats at the Rose Festival Tournament. Action this afternoon, all brought to you by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
Like to work with your hands? Enjoy the satisfaction of building something that lasts and knowing you played a part in it. If so, Marshalltown Community College's construction program might be just right for you. This hands-on program is great training for a real-world job. Call or stop in to Marshalltown Community College to learn more. Fall term classes start August 28th.
The Bobcats come up short here this afternoon, 9-0. It was a 2-0 ball game heading into the bottom of the 5th inning, but Bobcats gave up 5 that inning, and in the 6th they gave up a couple more as the East Marshall Mustangs score 9 runs off of 8 hits this afternoon. They did leave, hard to believe, they left 8 runners on base this afternoon. Cats did get some critical outs with the bases loaded, things like that, but overall East Marshall dominant on the mound was Morgan Naroth. 7 innings. She picks up the win. She gave up just 3 hits, no runs. It's a shutout for her. 12 strikeouts in the game. I believe she only gave up 1 walk through the game here this afternoon. And, yeah, that was back in the 3rd inning. She allowed Kennedy Feldman to get aboard by the way of a walk. So just a really solid performance for herself. Morgan Naroth gets the victory for the Mustangs, who get their 12th victory of the season. Bobcats fall to 5-17. Meanwhile, for the Bobcats, 3 hits, no runs. They do leave 4 runners on base without pushing anybody across this afternoon. Carson Price went 4 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 5 runs. 4 runs allowed for Briley Danielson as she pitches the final frames here this afternoon, as she goes 2 2/3 innings pitched for the Bobcats. She did pick up 3 strikeouts on the afternoon for the Bobcats. Well, it's the first game of the afternoon for the Marshalltown Bobcats against East Marshall. They take on West Marshall coming up at 7 o'clock. You're locked in to the Locker Room Report here this afternoon from the Rose Festival Tournament in State Center. Locker Room Report all brought to you by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown, located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. We'll try to talk to head coach Jason Bowers when we come back. This is Bobcat Softball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
today's world, you are what you put on social media. If you don't believe me, go check out Calvin Rocket on Facebook. Not only will you find enticing pictures of delicious specials and favorite menu items, you'll also see a whole lot of Bobcat pride. From football to fine arts and everything in between, Calvin Rocket is always sharing what makes them proud to be Bobcats. Keep up to date with Calvin Rocket specials and events at facebook.com/Calvin Rocket Marshalltown. Share the pride, and don't forget to share the cheese curds.
There's nothing like enjoying a bicycle ride on Lynn Creek Trail. The ride gets even better when you take a break at Wandering Creek Golf Club. No, not to golf, but to enjoy your favorite cold beverage. Wandering Creek Golf Club in Marshalltown is known for its premier golf course and its 2 full-swing simulators. But did you know it's right off the bike trail next to Grimes Farm? It's the perfect place to stop to relax under the pergola and enjoy a drink with friends. Travel the trails of Marshall County, but make Wandering Creek your destination.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Back at the State Center Rose Festival tournaments, all presented this afternoon by Ethington Heating and Cooling. All right, time for a regional scoreboard update, all brought to you this afternoon by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines. Well, a final from earlier this afternoon. West Marshall took down Shenandoah by a final score of 9-4 here at the Rose Festival tournament. East Marshall, of course, just defeated your Bobcats 9-0. East Marshall takes on Shenandoah coming up in just a little bit. And West Marshall and Marshalltown is our nightcap. You'll watch that one here on KFJB-TV. Looking around the area as far as softball action, plenty of tournament coverage around the state of Iowa this afternoon. As earlier today, ADM took down Mount Vernon 10-2. Denison Schleswig over Greene County 1-0 earlier this afternoon. West Line over Western Christian 6-2, a final in that one. Montezuma over GMG 9-2, a final in that game. Waukee Northwest tops Bettendorf 4-2. Linmar defeated by Southeast Polk 2-1. And also in a final score, Roosevelt was in action. They took down Dike New Hartford 6-4, a final score in an Iowa Alliance Conference victory right there for Des Moines Roosevelts. Let's get a final in our game, 9-0. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll try to talk to head coach Jason Bowers when we come back. You're locked into the Rose Festival tournament, all brought to you this afternoon by Ethington Heating and Cooling on KFJB-TV.
In today's world, you are what you put on social media. If you don't believe me, go check out Calvin Rocket on Facebook. Not only will you find enticing pictures of delicious specials and favorite menu items, you'll also see a whole lot of Bobcat pride. From football to fine arts and everything in between, Calvin Rocket is always sharing what makes them proud to be Bobcats. Keep up to date with Calvin Rocket specials and events at facebook.com/Calvin Rocket Marshalltown. Share the pride, and don't forget to share the cheese curds.
There's nothing like enjoying a bicycle ride on Lynn Creek Trail. The ride gets even better when you take a break at Wandering Creek Golf Club. No, not to golf, but to enjoy your favorite cold beverage. Wandering Creek Golf Club in Marshalltown is known for its premier golf course and its 2 full-swing simulators. But did you know it's right off the bike trail next to Grimes Farm? It's the perfect place to stop to relax under the pergola and enjoy a drink with friends. Travel the trails of Marshall County, but make Wandering Creek your destination.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You're locked into the Locker Room Report this afternoon, all brought to you by, of course, Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown. Jason Bowers, head coach for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Coach, 9-0 the final score from game number 1 here at the Rose Festival Tournament, all presented by Ethington Heating and Cooling. But the final score not really indicative of what kind of game this one. Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, it was a 2-0 game, but a couple of, I guess you would say, kind of critical mistakes out there. An error over there almost got yourself kind of out of the inning, but they were able to score. Ladies had tremendous effort here this afternoon. I thought this was going to be a really, really close battle coming in, but they were able to just push across a few more runs.
Yeah, I was super happy with Carson. I thought she pitched really, really well. Maybe a little advantage is that I knew that a lot of those weaknesses that they have over there at East Marshall, which isn't very many, but I think that helped us pitch real good, and I thought she was on her game today. Thought she ran out of gas a little bit, and that seems to be our theme this year.
Yeah.
You know, even some of the games that we've lost, kind of like this, the scoreboard doesn't dictate on how we play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like we get one inning that kind of just falls apart on us, and you know, a lot of that's youth, and some of it's not necessarily all youth, but it is part of it.
You know, I've heard people talk about taking that leap from high school to college or college to the pros. There's always that learning curve, but there's also that endurance curve as well to be able to go out and fire 5 innings, and that's kind of what you talked about, and I kind of saw that too from Carson Price. I thought her game here today, that was one of her better outings that she's had this season, just going against a really good East Marshall lineup.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, absolutely. She kept us in the game, and I
Yeah.
told her that when I pulled her off, because you know a pitcher never wants to come out unless they're hurt, and she didn't want to come out, and I understand that, and I just went over there and talked to her, and I just said, I told her I was proud of her, because she kept us in the game, and I think, you know, with her that, you know, with some of the games this year she's struggled, but you know I think she's coming along. She's understanding the grit part about being a pitcher in this league. And she's coming along, so I'm really proud of her. Then, you know, I just told her to keep battling.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, that's all you can really do is keep on going out there and battling. Meanwhile, Morgan Naroth for East Marshall, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed. She had 12 strikeouts, but I thought your ladies did a good job to challenge her. There was a lot of 3-2 counts or 2-2 counts this afternoon.
Yeah, and you know, I kind of got the scouting report on Morgan too, and she's a girl that just doesn't walk very many girls, and the thing about her, a lot of her balls are believable. Like, they're right, really, really close to the strike zone, and it challenges the hitters to be very disciplined. And there's a few takes that I thought went our way, and I was like, okay, yeah, that, you know, because she's got a really good curveball and a really good rise ball, and her changeup looks better this year than it did last year, and with that combination, she's really good. She's tough.
Yeah, that is for sure. Last question for you, Coach. Emma Stepp, you know, she had a couple strikeouts in her first 2 at-bats, but then she comes back, gets a double in her 3rd at-bat. She was batting about 150 just a couple weeks ago. Now she's batting up near 300. Her bat has really come alive, and she's growing exponentially, it seems like, at the plate.
Yeah, and I call it collecting a database, right? And so these 8th graders and the young pups I have out there playing, every pitch they see, every rise ball they see, and curveball they see, you know, that's going to go a long ways. It builds a database, so when we're facing really, really good pitching and they're juniors and seniors, they already got that, and they got the confidence to go up against pretty much anybody. And she nothing phases her, that girl,
Yeah.
man. She's got an attitude like she's a senior, and
yeah, she really does.
And she just go like, I'll give her a signal. I'll just give her some like pep talk, and she just like looks through me, and I almost get scared a little bit. But,
she's coming after you.
Like you notice, like if I think I mentioned that before. When she's up the bat, I'm like all the way back as far as I can get because I know it's coming hot. So
yeah. I've never seen a chopper to third base go all the way to the wall like it did on that double for her.
She
That's
hits
pretty
the ball
impressive.
so hard.
Yeah. Game number 2 for you at the Rose Festival tournament coming up against West Marshall. That'll be a good test for you as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're a good team. They play in a tough conference, and they beat some really, really good teams, and they're going to come with some good pitching and that we're going to have to hit. And, we're going to go with Emma. Emma Stupp's going to start for us today and on the second game. So
awesome. Look forward to it. We'll have coverage right around 7 o'clock here on KFJB-TV. That's Jason Bowers. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, that is coverage from game number 1 this afternoon as the Bobcats fall to the East Marshall Mustangs 9-0. Again, we hope to have you along for coverage of game number 2 at the Rose Festival tournament. We'll start coverage right around 7 o'clock here on KFJB-TV. Our producer, Zach Tomish, our camera guy, the one and only Keith Stewart this afternoon. I'm Brandon Lewis. Hope you have a great rest of your afternoon. We'll talk to you right around 7 o'clock. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button on the YouTube channel on KFJB-TV. You've been watching Bobcat Softball right here on your home for the Gats. It's KFJB-TV.